Live from Austin, Texas.
Talking to you.
Alex closed the voice of trans.
You.
Powered off. Hey everyone, it's Friday. Congratulations to everyone with Alexa-enabled devices. You can now enable the voice of trans, whatever that is.
That's me.
I assume it's Alex, yeah.
It's like, all right, Alex, I'm gonna come out and I'm just gonna be like, hey, I'm not gonna play that song you requested. I don't like it. I'm sorry.
Don't feel like it, sorry.
You want to listen to some more Epcot music? No, okay.
Congratulations to you all with Alexas, and congratulations to us for making it through yet another week. It's Friday, and we're here to ring in the weekend with an edition of Mascot Friday, featuring this week's theme, which is famous NES Critters. That's right. Critter. These are all licensed games featuring a variety of funny animated animals. They're up to their antics. We got cats. We got bunnies. I think we had a rat in there. Some kind of rat game. Anyway, what won this? What won this week was Darkwing Duck, Tiny Toon Adventures, and Felix the Cat.
Ooh.
So congrats to Felix the Cat and his feline companions. Wait, they're not felines. It's like a rabbit and something else. Anyway, we're going to sort out the species and the phylums during tonight's stream. But first of all, we got to load up that emulator. So Alex, give me a screen.
All right. By emulator, we mean warehouse full of games.
Mm-hmm. So these games are pretty well regarded. We got a pretty solid lineup here tonight. We had some other options on there. If we have enough time, I'd like to play Garfield, but Garfield only got 5th place this week. Garfield is worth discussing. He is in the news lately.
Yeah. As is the voice of trans. I gotta get over that.
Yeah, I'm still not over it. I read it a few hours ago, and I've been rolling that phrase around.
Is it an artificially generated voice? Because for some reason, like that,
it's
that
algorithmically generated. Yeah.
Okay.
All
Anyways,
right. Here we go. Game number 1, the winner of tonight's poll, Darkwing Duck for the NES. He is the terror that flaps in the night. He also pecks at your nightmares.
No.
He is Darkwing Duck.
I need my nightmares.
And what we have tonight is perhaps Darkwing Duck's redemption, because if you'll recall, we previously ranked his TurboGrafx 16 game, and currently out of the 230-odd games we've ranked, that game is dead last in our rankings. So here's hoping that this game performs a little bit better.
It should. There we go. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let me give you some audio.
Okay.
Hey, when you're in trouble, you call DW.
You also call Launchpad.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know.
Oh yeah, Launchpad was in the show.
Alright, I actually played this game a lot. I don't remember if I had this game or I rented it or what, but I played the shit out of this. And guess what? I can never get past the first level, so...
Well, you got a choice of 3 at least. They're all pretty difficult, though. Yeah, I played this game for the first time when it came out on the Disney Afternoon Collection for PS4. I think it was either last year or the year before. They bundled this with DuckTales 1 and 2, as well as Rescue Rangers 1 and 2, and Tailspin, but we won't talk about Tailspin. And I found out this game is really good, and also really hard.
It's so hard.
Like, the first few levels, I'm what you call a Mega Man fanatic, so I had no problems with the first couple levels. But by the end, I had to rewind that thing, because that emulator collection had a rewind feature. I was rewinding like a fiend. It was like I'd never played an NES game before. So what we got here is a latter-era Capcom game. This is post-DuckTales, post-Chip and Dale. It was even after Tailspin and Little Mermaid, even.
Ugh, sorry, it's just so treacherous.
Yeah. But though this is later than the rest of those games, in fact I think this is post-Mega Man 3. This game has a real Mega Man 3 aesthetic, in my eyes. It still plays really well. And it plays really differently from the previous games, too. Like, the main gimmick here, as you can see, is Darkwing hangs off of stuff. He can cling to things, hop off it. In theory.
He can! He really can, I've done it before. There we go. I promise, I played a video game.
He can also, unlike Mega Man, block by pushing up. Check that out.
Oh, that's animation.
There's even a little animation there, too. Otherwise, this is very much like Mega Man, other than the swinging and the caping. This is Mega Man through and through.
I hate this. I hate this just, these bottomless pits just, ugh.
Yeah, this is level 1. This is 1 minute into level 1, if you wanted to know what NES games were like back in the day.
Sorry for
And this is after several Disney games, so Capcom was all like, nope, we need to make this harder. We gotta make the first level have a huge bottomless pit 1 minute in.
Sorry the voice of trans cursed there.
Hey, you got a responsibility to uphold now. Now that
He just walked on me.
That's cool, I didn't know that could happen.
Neither did I. Oh, that guy's got after my ass.
But because of these mechanics, it allows them to implement clever little level design quirks like hanging from ledges. You've seen it. I don't need to talk about it. It's reflected right in the level design. Whereas Mega Man would climb ladders, Darkwing just clings to stuff and swings off it, because he's cool. I gotta confess, I never saw much of the Darkwing cartoon. I may have seen like a couple of episodes.
Well,
It wasn't like DuckTales, which I saw all of.
Well, it's got Launchpad.
Uh-huh.
And he also keeps sucking. And it's got Darkwing Duck, who... Is he a dad, or is Goslin like his niece or something?
I don't know, actually. I'm not the one to tell you.
I'm alive.
Yeah, Snoozy Soft has the link there to the voice of trans thing.
Oh, God.
Which we still find hilarious. It was just a few hours ago that was announced.
That is just... On one hand, I'm glad that I have not seen a lot of trans man representation. On the other hand, why? Why? Also, is it artificially generated, or did they just get some random trans man to be like, hello, I'm Johnny Trans, or something?
We're gonna find out.
I don't have an Alexa.
There's also a puzzle-solving element to this game, because you can, like, set up platforms for you to land on and things. It's a more advanced sort of platformer, considering it's a couple years on from DuckTales and Chip and Dale. Meanwhile, they brought Sniper Joe from Mega Man right into this game. He looks exactly like him. He's even colored green. He's a bastard, not to be trusted.
He really is.
Yume Penguin, yes, we did play that, and we ranked it pretty well. As far as I know, it was above Bubsy. Oh, I skipped our usual opening spiel. If you're new to the show, we rank these platformers whether or not they are better or worse than Bubsy. That basically boils it down.
Well, you had to talk about the voice of trans.
Yeah, I was all off my game.
Amazon, pay me. Pay me, I'll be like, hi, welcome to the voice of trans.
It's me. What do you want to talk about?
What's up? What's up?
Yeah, Yume Penguin, from what I remember, the only things we didn't like about it were the time limit and the fact that you could get a lot of food shoveled in your mouth at once and lose the level right at the end. Because that was a fitness-based platformer. Couldn't beat the level if you were too fat. I had trouble with this guy.
No! Please, God! Banana Man, leave me alone!
I wish you could kill Banana Man.
Me every day, man.
And yeah, we should have a link to our current Mascot Friday rankings in the info panels beneath this stream.
You can always go to retropals.club too. It's got the link to the spreadsheet there.
Currently around 230 strong.
Ooh.
Hoping to add a few more tonight.
I'll hand off the controller after this boss.
Okay.
I like this. As much as this boss can.
Hey, you got through the first level.
Yeah, this is better than I usually do.
Ah, you did it. You found it. You found the secret.
Hit my head. Banana.
So anyone know who this guy's name is? Is this Quackerjack? What's the one with the electricity? Is that Electro?
God, I wish I could remember. There's not this boss.
There was Fat Cat and
That's, you know what? Close enough.
and Shere Khan.
Death by banana.
Hey, just because it's level 1, that's no reason they're going to take it easy on you.
Ugh.
Even though this is a Disney game. I would say this is one of the hardest Capcom Disney games, believe it or not.
Ah! Getting generated by bananas.
I know the DuckTales games are pretty infamously easy, but this one, it's like they really decided to crank it up. They were like, okay, you Disney afternoon kids, you're a couple years older, you're ready to handle some unfiltered Mega Man.
Guess what? They weren't. I mean, maybe one of them was, but not me. I was like, please give me not Mega Man.
Yeah, Cruella de Vil, that was my favorite Darkwing Duck villain. She tried to make pelts out of the Beagle Boys.
Why is that so fucking funny to me?
They'd be pretty good pelts. Those guys are huge.
I mean, that's one thing they never talk about in, like, you know, all those Barks Universe dog people. Do they have, like, dog fur? And can you... Alright, this is
my turn.
Pathetic. Yeah, this is Danny's turn.
Good try, Alex.
It's Quackerjack, and
Quackerjack,
that is Mr.
there
Banana
you go.
Brains. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, sorry, I don't really have much expertise on this show, but I know enough through cultural osmosis. We gotta take down Wolf Duck. He goes berserk when the moon comes out.
The show, and you may remember Goslin from the Simple and Clean Goslin remix by Topher
Doc Future,
Florence.
yes.
Doc Future, yes.
That's where we all remember it from. He's Darkwing Duck. Now this game is such a Mega Man style game that pirates cloned this and put it on a cartridge as a fake Mega Man 5 before Mega Man 5 came out. It was funny because, like, they just replaced the Darkwing sprite, so in the intro it would just be like Mega Man plopping down and saying, "I am Darkwing Duck."
I remember that. I mostly remember that because there was an animutation about it.
Oh, was there?
Duck theme in German, and then they just had a bunch of Mega Man sprites doing animutation stuff, like their mouths all flying and stuff.
That's good.
And that is actually one of the only things I can think of when I think of this show. It's beautiful.
You swap weapons. Oh, I don't have an extra one yet. You do have additional sub-weapons, but you have to collect them.
Yeah, that was fake Mega Man 5 or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I have an arrow now. Now, once you have a power-up, you can switch to it. And they're pretty powerful compared to your standard shot. And the arrows can actually stick to walls and help you climb. So a lot of thought put into traversal in this game. It's not just running and shooting. That's something that Mega Man never really had to worry about. I guess he has those items that help you get around.
Thank you, All Hail Mogambo, for the resub. We appreciate that.
Nice, thank you.
Oh, Darkwing.
I'll be surprised if we can beat a single level in this, dude. I am not good at this game. I beat it the once, and that was with a ton of rewinding. Also, if you haven't played the Disney Afternoon Collection, do check it out. That's from Digital Eclipse, who's been doing a lot of good work in the field lately. I'm just remembering that brief time I spent at the top of the DuckTales leaderboard. That lasted for like 12 hours.
Snubble asks, who has a more extensive family tree, Knuckles or Donald Duck? If you include the European comics, I think that Donald Duck could go toe-to-toe with Knuckles.
Oh, easily, yeah.
And the thousands of echidna children and friends and relatives he has. He has a lot. Is Knuckles... Do you think his family reunions are really weird? Do you think they're really tense? Like,
no, they just have a really big barbecue. And everyone's happy.
Okay, do you think, like, Julie Sue is the one who, like, always brings unnecessary drama to family gatherings?
And the potato salad.
Ugh. How's her potato salad?
A little too peppery.
I'd assume it'd be a little salty. Because she's, well, bringing the drama. Well, thank you for... This has been, once again, the voice of trans.
Truly the voice of trans.
Anytime I make a really, really awful fucking joke and then later on explain it, I'm just gonna say it's the voice of trans. You can't get mad at me, I'm the voice of trans.
See, even these enemies are pretty challenging. They got some complexity to their moves. They don't just go down in one hit. These are direct lifts from Mega Man. I said there was a Sniper Joe equivalent I'm sure there's a turtle who throws his shell at you in Mega Man. That definitely happens. Oof. I do not get the timing on that. Could be worse. We could be playing Tailspin. Tailspin has its fans, I'm sure.
I should be a train conductor so I can be the trans voice of trains. Yes.
Choose your career based on puns.
As funny as the goof is, Carl Barks actually didn't create a lot of characters compared to, like, whatever they were doing in Europe. Oh my god. There's, like, so many different Italian ducks and, like...
There's the Italian branch of the family.
There's so many, like, feathery and, like, just... This, like, Roger Duck and... Oh
Roger Duck? I've never heard of no Roger Duck.
Well, he's rich, and he's like Uncle Scrooge if Uncle Scrooge was born into money. And that's the joke.
I see. That would be a nice foil to Uncle Scrooge, then.
Honestly, it works.
Who famously had to work for his fortune.
He is... I do like that the only rich person who actually had to work for their money is a fictional duck. Roger Duck, formerly Rabbit.
What? Come on. Cut me some slack here, game.
Yeah, good luck trying to beat a single level, because...
This is a tough game.
It's so tough.
People don't give this game enough credit. It is really tough. Mainly because the controls are a little bit stiff, I think. I think that's owing to the Mega Man influence. You want the controls to be predictable, and they are in this game, but man, they do not cut you any slack when it comes to hit detection. Now I got Sheldons running after me?
That's... Sheldon's pissed!
Mm-hmm.
Garfield and foes, more like it. He's mad that you're not playing the week of Garfield.
I am too. I'm surprised that didn't get voted in. That was #1 up until a couple hours ago. People just decided we were not playing Garfield this week.
Alright, got a question. Are we gonna do the Game Boy versions of these games eventually? Maybe.
That's... Well, those games are similar to the NES versions, but they are pretty different. I don't know if they should count as the same game. I remember playing DuckTales on NES and Game Boy, and those are pretty fairly different.
Thank you for the bazingas for the mention of Sheldon. We do appreciate it. As you
Not
know,
that Sheldon!
We're all big Big Bang Theory heads here.
Wrong freaking Sheldon.
We all love that freaking... We love the... That was the original young Sheldon, wouldn't you say? Once again, this has been the voice of trans.
Nobody listens to the voice of trans, for some reason. Really? How was I gonna know that dude was there?
Oh yeah, and if you didn't see, Paul Murphy is now aware of that we are fans of Virtual Murphy.
Yeah. He was all like, whoa, weird, which is about the best response you can get.
Yeah.
And also the appropriate one.
Yeah, he saw the 10-hour Virtual Murphy video, and he's like, alright, he's like, okay, you guys. Bless him. Bless Murphy for not kicking our asses.
He should be suing us into oblivion.
Oh good, Quizwas got approved. Okay, cool.
Oh, nice.
By the way, I need to put the new emote credits on the end screen on Wednesday. Because I want to credit Cool Coyote did Quizwas, and Uzi did RP Murphy, if I recall.
Now see, if you have a specific weapon, like the arrow, you can cling onto the wall and jump to higher places. And I think there's even alternate routes through these levels, too. Oh wait, I dropped my arrow. Never mind. I can't do that now. So this game has merit, it has complexities, they put a lot of thought into it. But I'm gonna say something controversial. I don't like this game as much as the other Disney games for NES.
Even Tailspin?
Okay, it's better than Tailspin. Let's say it's not as good as the other Disney platformers. It's just a little bit too stiff, you know? I want some pity in your children's game. Please show me pity. already almost dead. And young Sheldon's after me.
He's mad.
This is worse than when they give Sheldon a Muppet.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, in the Muppet movie.
Oh.
There was that one Muppet who was basically a Sheldon stand-in, and he had his voice.
God, I remember. Okay, I'm remembering that now. I barely remember that movie. I feel bad. I should remember more Muppets. I should, like, take out all the knowledge I have of math and current events and just replace it with, like...
Yeah, you're not using it.
I need to replace it with more Pepe the Prawn facts.
I agree. Alright, they're being pretty nice with the health drops this time around. That's nice. But boy, why you gotta make it a Mega Man in terms of difficulty as well, instead of just gameplay?
Yeah!
Should also note this game is considerably rarer than the other Disney platformers, so not many kids played this, probably. But maybe the older kids who were into Darkwing Duck, who was like edgy DuckTales as far as I know, maybe they were ready for it.
He was a little bit edgier, yeah. Let's see, Blab says I think this is harder than most Mega Man, and Flair Habanero mentions the fact that the game only gives you 4 hits to work with is too picky.
Yeah, Mega Man gives you a huge life bar is
Yeah.
the thing. That expects you to take a lot of hits in those levels. So does this, but it does not give you the health to compensate. Good God. Our gamer skills are being laid bare tonight.
Oh.
Fun facts to distract you from my poor gameplay.
Uh-huh.
You notice how Launchpad, like, talks? His mouth flaps in the little portrait?
Mm-hmm.
There's a prototype of this where, at this screen where it says yes A, no B, he keeps flapping his mouth like he's chewing gum or something.
Oh, that makes me so happy, Danny!
There's some fun little bugs you discover in prototypes. Just like, you ready to go, DW? Nom, 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 nom.
Okay, so... Can I talk about my favorite Launchpad fan art?
Well, if you think now's the time.
There will never be another time for me to talk about this, so...
We gotta play DuckTales.
Okay, that's true.
But go ahead.
So, I'm not going to talk about my favorite Launchpad fan, but there was this really, this fan who was doing this really well done photoshopped art of just like drawing, they would draw like Launchpad over like real photos and stuff, and it'd be Launchpad like, sexy Launchpad making you breakfast, and
you know, normal stuff.
Listen, it's more normal than what's going on in the world, blah blah blah. But yeah, and there was one this artist did, and I never stopped thinking about it. It's a driveway and an SUV, and Launchpad is hanging out of the front window, and he's turned the camera and he says, "We going to Walmart or what?" And there's not a week that goes by where I don't think about Launchpad giving me a nice-ass ride to Walmart to pick up some...
It's like, get in the car, loser, but completely sincere.
Mm-hmm. And yes, thank you for listening to the voice of trans. That is... Are we going to Walmart or what is officially the voice of trans?
Mm-hmm. I go to Walmart with Launchpad. He's pretty big. He could carry a few big pans of dog food. You know, the big bags.
He carries some of that old Roy.
Yeah.
Yes, Launchpad would be a very nice boyfriend. In fact, there was this one lady who was like a fan lady who when I was reading up on DuckTales back in the 2000s and stuff, who was like, she's in her 50s, she loves Launchpad, totally fine, normal, whatever, and she was like, Launchpad's my boyfriend, fine. But she was also from Queens, and she wrote like a 50-year-old woman from Queens, and I love her.
Cool.
I want her to come back. I want Sharon McQuack, whatever you're doing, I hope you're doing well. I
hope you met the Launchpad of your dreams.
I really do too.
I hope you met the human equivalent of Launchpad, which is a terrifying thing to think about. A man who's constantly crashing his airplanes. Okay, I made it to the boss. Let's see if we can beat one boss in this godforsaken game.
You're doing good.
I had to practice him a lot when I was playing the Disney Afternoon Collection. Another awkward thing is you push down an A to hang, and then just down to drop down. It's like two separate inputs. You have to hit down twice in this case. This game is well designed, but I would say it's a little bit awkward to play in several ways. Maybe not quite as polished as Capcom's other work.
Okay, chat's asking, would we rather date Daffy or Donald? That's... okay.
They both have anger issues.
They really do. I think that Daffy would be more likely to like... I'm sorry, Daffy is the person... Daffy is more likely to, in general, stab you.
Alright, if you want to avoid a stabbing, go with Donald Duck. That's the official ruling. Job well done. Daffy is a narcissist.
Donald is at least like... Donald at least is depressed in a way. I can understand where Donald's anger is coming from. He's got an extremely rich uncle, literally the richest man in the world, and he pays him like 10 cents an hour. I mean...
True. Is that enough, Darkwing Duck? Should we move on? We did beat a level. We saw all of the first 3 levels. People saw very clearly how bad we are at this game. I think the point's been made.
Yeah.
It's a good game. I would say not necessarily a good fit for the audience, especially considering people in their 30s have trouble playing it. Gaming experts like us at that. So next up, we got our second game. And we move from ducks to cats, because what we're playing next is Felix the Cat. Now, first thing you're going to notice about this game is that the colors are a little bit muted compared to other NES games. That's because they set the brightness to the wrong level or something.
Oh no.
We've discussed this on stream before. Actually, maybe in emulators it might look better.
Thank you to Flying Mindspin for the resub. Let's go play Felix.
Thank you. So this is Hudson. This is a 1992 Hudson game, so right near the end of the NES's lifespan. Who's that professor?
He's from the, either the movie or the animated series, I forget.
Okay, anyone know if this happens to be based on a particular Felix short, or maybe a movie?
Have you seen the Felix the Cat movie? The one from the 80s?
Mm-mm.
I don't know how to tell you this, but it is the weirdest shit. It is so... It's like Ukrainian animated, or something. It's...
Oh, it turns out that guy was actually Dr. Wily. You were wrong. Oh, one-hit deaths! That's something to get used to. So here we are in the latter era of NES platformers. This released alongside stuff like Wacky Races, Widget, God forbid. Remember when we played Widget?
Oh, that fucking sucked.
No, come to think of it, the emulator brightness is just fine for this game. If you play an actual cartridge, the colors will be very muted. So this game's about Felix the Cat. He's a really old cartoon character. He's been around for a while.
Mm-hmm. He's been around since, like, the 20s.
He's got a magic bag that can make him do all kinds of tricks, depending on which items you pick up. I don't know what that move is there. It's all, like, just screaming, I guess. That's a genuine cat move. Cats like to scream.
They really do. Let's see. I'd emerge if you're in the... Actually, Chad, if you've seen the Felix the Cat movie, do tell everyone your impressions of it, what you thought of that film.
Yeah, let us know.
I'd like to hear folks discuss that.
Oh, Comma Chameleon says Felix the Cat is in the public domain as of this year, so wow.
Yes, Felix is in the public domain, but a lot of their works post, the characters, and I don't know if the character is, or the whatchamacallit, but I know a lot of the films are, but I know that, like, the movie and stuff like that is not. That's
oh yeah,
still,
the more recent stuff wouldn't be, but...
Unfortunately.
Maybe the earlier ones you can get away with showing off on your Twitch channel, if you're lucky.
Disney doesn't own it now or something.
Disney acquires Twitch the... I almost call him Twitch the Cat. Felix the Cat. They acquire Felix the Cat, Woody Woodpecker, Heckle and Jekyll. All those characters no one cares about anymore.
Yeah, as Eisenmerch says, the old Old Felix cartoons from the 1910s, 1920s have about 200 frames of animation per cartoon. It is very limited.
Very economical, that's the word for it.
If I recall, Felix was before cell animation was invented, so it was literally just on pieces of paper.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a nice, good variety of different things you can transform into, and different weapons and stuff. And the gameplay is more fluid and fast than Darkwing Duck. I guess it's not fair to compare them. They're very different styles of game, but this one is more what you'd expect from a mascot platformer. Should be interesting to compare the two once we finally rank them. What do you think so far?
I'm having a pretty good time.
Yeah, this seems okay. I keep thinking, man, this looks so Russian, but that's just because so many Russian Dendy pirates ripped off this game. They ripped off this game and elements from this game. They often appear in pirate cards.
Delicious.
Delicious Felix heads.
Give me that milk. Bye.
What about Felix ripping his face off? I gotta scroll up to see this.
What did I'm playing, like, I play a game for 1 minute, and...
Alright, Flair Habanero says there's a Sega Genesis bootleg where Felix rips his face off. You may be confusing that with the movie Face Off, starring Nicolas Cage. And the professor is from the 1950s cartoon, apparently.
I like the horn.
It's being mentioned that Netflix, the Netflix logo is in this game. Or at least something that looks like it.
Well, Felix's name looks like the Netflix logo.
Oh, it kinda does. Boop boop, boop boop.
Alright.
Hey, check that out. Alex made progress. Alex finished 2 levels in the last couple minutes.
Oh, I haven't even been paying attention.
That's kind of how a platformer is supposed to work, not stonewalling you right at the beginning like Darkwing did.
Yeah, I was a huge Darkwing Duck fan as a child, and I remember being man, I got real sad about how bad I was at that game. I was like, man, I suck.
It is way tougher than you'd think. It is deceptive. Net Felix, yeah, there you go. The next Netflix interactive series will be Felix the Cat.
Honestly, I'd watch it.
We never did go back and finish Bandersnatch. We got the what I like to call the Sega CD ending, and then we stopped the show.
Yeah, we wanted.
I was happy with the fake ending we got.
You wanted to see how far we could go without having to talk about our mom, and
Yeah, okay, I won't spoil anything, but Bandersnatch, it tries to railroad you on which storyline you take. And at one point it wants you to talk about the main character's mom. And we were watching it as a group, and none of us wanted to see what was the deal with this kid's mom. Like, who cares? We just wanted to see him do wacky stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, if you stay on that path, the story seemingly gets mad at you, and is just like, oh, okay, you want this to be stupid? Fine, we'll make it stupid.
Make it super stupid.
And we got a super stupid ending, and I was like, cool, that's the actual end of the show.
And then they literally tried to...
And then after that last scene, it was all like, it showed this big picture in the middle that said, talk about mom.
That was the best part! They were like...
It was like, talk about mom or go to credits, and we chose go to credits.
Yeah, we had an option, and we will never, ever, ever talk about mom.
I am never going to find out what that dude's deal is with his mom.
You will never figure out his trauma. You want us to figure out your trauma? Go to the Mansion of Hidden Souls, and we'll talk about it.
See you at the mansion. Whoa, that's a weird looking boss.
Oh, it's Poindexter. 7.
Yeah, someone's a Poindexter.
Oh, that's true.
If I'm a consumer, we listened to the Thompson twins at the beginning. That was the most important choice you could make. I wonder what he would have heard if we chose to listen to the Now That's What I Call Music cassette. I gotta go back and watch that, and then not watch the part about his mom.
We will never meet that mom. You want to try, Danny?
Sure.
I only played for, like, not too long, but...
Oh, Felix back in the alley.
Makes sense.
Let's play. Oh, this control's nice. He is nice and fluid, this cat.
Yeah, this is why I was like, I was playing so well, but this game has really good controls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this being a late-era Hudson game, I'd assume they'd know what they were doing by this point. This was after Adventure Island 3, I think?
Oh yeah, and we had like a special cereal to choose in Bandersnatch, so I forget what we chose.
Oh, that's right, yeah. I think we chose Fruit Loops or something. Frosted Mini Wheats.
Did we choose? We either chose that or did we chose something really British? I forget.
Like Cracklin' O's, mate, or something.
Okay, Cracklin' O's is an American. I think Weetabix is what I'm thinking of when I think of really British shit. Frosties, sorry.
Sugar Frosties.
So yeah, it's a merch that says this game is very obviously post Mario 3. Yeah, it's
yeah,
got
I
that.
can see that Mario 3 influence, yeah. They added slopes, for one thing. That was kind of a big deal when it was in Mario 3, believe it or not. You got that status bar at the bottom. But Felix can jump so much higher and further than Mario can. Why does no one talk about this? Mario is actually a fraud.
Mario is bullshit compared to Felix.
Yeah, Felix can do anything he wants.
Okay, if we're talking about, like, bizarre cereals or whatever, does anybody here remember or have they ever had Uncle Sam's cereal?
Uncle Sam's cereal?
It is like, oh my god, okay, it's like flaxseed, it's like, it is a cereal for people from the 1920s. It is kind of amazing. Trough of Luxury, bless your heart! Thank you for having...
Someone knows what you're talking about for once.
Thank you!
Yeah,
Yes.
I get it. See, that's a first boss. A first boss that just stands there and takes it while you wail on him. That's what a first boss should be.
I agree. Oh, cool dog.
He's got an umbrella now. Man, there's so many different gadgets and weapons you get in this game, all in quick succession, too.
God, what was it, Uncle Sam? It was like flaxseed and just I can't describe it other than like just a dense pile of old people food. That doesn't
What's
seem
with
nice.
what's with these blocks? These are living blocks.
They're happy about it,
Oh,
at least.
okay.
Can you kick their ass?
I don't want to.
Okay. Oh no, Grape Nuts has like flavor.
Not much flavor.
Trough of Luxury gives us 100 bits and says, Uncle Sam, for when Grape Nuts isn't punishing enough.
Look at this cool balloon. This is an upgrade. And look, the balloon itself, like, flails in the air when
Oh
you
my
want to go
god,
up.
it swims up!
A lot of character in this game for an 8-bit game.
Alright. Chad's talking about their least favorite cereals. They're mad about puffed rice. They're mad about grape nuts. They're mad about Uncle Sam. And I have a secret.
Uh-huh.
I prefer unsweetened cereals.
Oh my god.
That's why I eat
I kind of like Cheerios. Cheerios are good even though they don't really have much sugar in them. I like Cheerios and chocolate Lucky Charms, so the least sugared and the most sugared cereals.
Jesus Christ.
I'm a man of contrasts. Seriously though, chocolate Lucky Charms are good shit.
Okay, drinking games, I'm clicking on this image, but this better be normal.
Kicks are pretty good too.
Oh, it is Uncle Sam! It's toasted whole wheat, berry flakes, and flaxseed! It is the worst!
It is flax cereal.
And it is also it is a heavy cereal. It is, oh,
When you want to go into the work in the morning all bloated.
It
You just want to be heavy with cereal. It's like you want to have a cereal baby.
It definitely looks like something you'd eat in the Great Depression. It really does.
That and it's actually named Uncle Sam cereal.
Okay, so the other secret is that I actually don't mind Uncle Sam cereal. It is what it is, but it's not that bad.
Oh, there's a hidden thing. Yeah, this game's cool. It's got secrets, levels are pretty big, and it's got that multi-scrolling. It's got 8-way scrolling. So a lot to explore in these levels.
God, Danny, have you ever had King Vitamin? I've never had King Vitamin.
I've not. I've only heard people talk about it. Jeremy Parrish is a fan of King Vitamin, apparently. That's what you eat if you want to make good videos.
Alright, well... Man, will that improve my editing?
I don't know. Give it a try.
Okay. Alright, I'm clicking on this review of Uncle Sam. Oh, Soul is a laxative cereal, huh? Uncle Sam breakfast food, the original incarnation of Uncle Sam's cereal, was invented by a constipated Omaha-based businessman named Lafayette Coltrane.
That is a great origin story. Anything that's invented by someone who suffers from constipation has to be good.
Coltrane, then 76, was told by doctors he only had 6 months to live.
Wow, that's bad constipation. Jesus.
The diagnosis, acute abdominal ulcers aggravated by constipation.
Wow.
The doctors prescribed flaxseed oil to ease his constipation. The alien man took his doctor's recommendation but hated the taste. So he took what he thought were his last days on Earth to create a cereal that would make flax seeds more bearable.
That is an incredible story. That is a classic tale of making lemonade out of lemons.
Not only did the cereal that he made taste fine, it also eased his constipation more than the flaxseed alone. He called the new product Uncle Sam Breakfast Food, named so because Coltrane resembled the character Uncle Sam.
God bless you, Uncle Sam. I'm glad you got your problems cleared up.
That is amazing. Thank you. Thank you.
That is a hell of a story. Can any other cereal boast that kind of an origin story? I don't think you can even compete with that. Hey, I almost died until this cereal saved my life. Don't ask what I almost died of. It's not really conducive to talking about food.
Exactly. Uncle Sam was invented by a 70-year-old dude who was nearly constipated to death, who literally looked like Uncle Sam. That is...
Who says brands are boring?
I mean, you know why... Danny, you know why cornflakes were invented, right?
Because General Corn was constipated?
Oh, honey, it's because, Kellogg...
Was constipated.
No. He was anti-horny and anti-masturbation. And what can you do to stop people from eating their meat?
Cornflakes?
Cornflakes. It was meant to subdue the libido and calm the anger and tensions that cause horny?
Wow. And that's why the birth rate has gone down.
Please read about Kellogg sometime. That guy was, yeah.
That's messed up. Felix thinks it's hilarious, though.
Honestly, it's very funny.
I think if they want to make cereals relatable, they should have a complex backstory for every cereal. Even stuff like Count Chocula.
Count Chocula was
It was actually invented by Vlad the Impaler.
When he wanted something else to dine on other than his enemy's blood.
Turns out not enough nutrients in blood and flesh, so he had to invent a cereal that supplemented his needs. Buy it today. Alex, this is a fun game. I can just talk and bullshit and play it just fine.
Yeah.
Without getting frustrated.
Lab says that's why frosted flakes are better, because they took cornflakes and sprinkled the horny powder back on it.
Sugar, the horny powder. Alex, why don't you let Tess out, since she just woke up.
Oh, she's begging at the door. She's like, let me out.
She's been napping in here all day.
Oh, little angel. Little...
Our Felix the cat. Shit.
Get out, Pat. Oh, there she goes, off like a rocket. She is sick of hearing... I think she was just sick of hearing about the story of Kellogg's.
You were ruining cereal for her.
Yeah, she's like, please stop being horny on Twitch. I know, I mean, we're not, Tess.
It was Kellogg's. It was Dr. Kellogg who was being horny, not us.
And he wasn't. He was being the opposite of horny.
Some precision platforming here, but the controls are up to it. I can appreciate that. Alex, I wasn't expecting to like this game as much as I do.
It's great, isn't it?
I've never really played more than like 10 seconds of it, but actually sitting down and playing it, it is quite fluid and playable. Really good pacing. Not getting stuck fighting the same guy for 10 minutes.
Chad is talking. I don't know why Chad is talking about which cereal mascots are the horny ones. So it's Friday. It's Friday.
Look, I'll settle the debate right now. Fruit Brute. Thank you.
I guess, okay.
What, you're trying to make an argument in favor of the Cookie Cop? I don't think so.
The Cookie Cop has been retired and replaced with the horny werewolf.
The Cookie Crook is way hotter.
You like him more than Chip the Wolf. You like Cookie Crook more.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm with you.
I'm stupid. I've made that mistake 3 times in a row. I'm a buffoon.
They got rid of Cookie Crook because they didn't want him spreading the legalist lifestyle to children.
That makes sense to me. You should pay for the cereal, not steal it.
See, I'm trying to think, what cookie cereal mascot would I kiss? And the answer is the one who has...
Fruit. Go on.
I guess the answer is Fruit Brute, says the voice of trans. Oh, Rip Felix.
Toucan Sam, Chip the Wolf, Cookie Crisp. A lot of votes for Chip the Wolf.
The old Cinnamon Toast Crunch chefs, who I think they got rid of, by the way.
They did, yeah. There's only one chef now. Alright, the common story behind that is they got fired for negligence, but other people say the remaining cook ate them. What do you think is the true story?
Give me a minute.
Now he is the fattest. I don't say that that means anything necessarily.
Danny,
Just makes you think.
we're trying to have a normal one. I mean, honestly, no, we're not.
No.
But never mind.
It's Mascot Friday. What are you talking about?
says they merged into a superior being. Hectara says Wendell killed and ate the others.
That's the theory, yeah. I like the merging theory, because he would adopt all 3 personalities, making him the best of all 3 worlds.
Let's see. Yuppie Water says, I think the Raisin Bran son is horny. And you know what? You know what? He's got 2 scoops of something. Diggum the Frog? You know, he's got that, like, come hither look, yes.
Yeah, but he also sold a lot of tainted cereal recently. There was a big recall on Honey Smacks, if you haven't heard. Damn it!
I got a lot of recalls. It kind of sucks.
Yeah. Tyson's just putting metal in their food.
Yeah, that keeps happening though. Like they keep finding like metal and plastic and shit in the Tyson food. Please stop. We want to eat food.
This wouldn't be happening with the right mascots.
This wouldn't be happening. Okay, Uncle Sam cereal needs a mascot. What should it be?
Really?
Yes.
Seriously?
What, you don't want Uncle Sam cereal to have a mascot?
Yeah, Uncle Sam!
No! That's foolish. And obvious. Also, I don't know if they can get the license. You gotta pay like...
Is Uncle Sam public domain?
That is a good question.
I like these little floaty levels that break things up. It feels like Alex Kidd in Miracle World tried a similar sort of thing with its helicopter levels, but these levels feel a lot better because it's not a pain in the ass to control.
We got some ideas for the Uncle Sam mascot. Red, white, and blue toilet, Uncle Sam hunched over the toilet, and Lenny the laxative.
Oh boy. Now we've done it.
I am so glad I mentioned Uncle Sam.
Lenny the laxative.
Yeah, Uncle Sam is probably in the public domain, but I'm just saying. You gotta be creative. And also, how horny can you make Uncle Sam? I don't think you can make him that horny. I think you need to go something you can make, like, you know, appealing. And who's more appealing than Uncle Sam? That's right. A buff Uncle Sam. Buff Catboy Uncle Sam.
Wow, now you're thinking.
We need... Catboy Uncle Sam is absolutely going to be how we're going to do this.
Someone draw that up. I'll start making the cereal.
Mm-hmm.
What do we need? Like flaxseed? That's probably it, right?
Let's see. I'm clicking on a GIF. I have no idea what it's gonna be, so apologies. Oh my god, that's horny!
Is that the frog?
Yes! Jesus H! Who animated that?
I'm surprised no one has mentioned Sugar Bear from Sugar Golden Crisp. After all, you can't get enough of that Golden Crisp. Oh, he throws pies or something. Or tacos? What is he throwing? Frisbees! He's throwing frisbees.
Apparently, people have been mentioning Sugar Bear, but we haven't seen it.
Good. Man, we were just breezing through this game.
Oh my god. I just think that if we need to get in the good graces of other countries, we need to make a mascot for America, and that mascot needs to be a cat boy.
I think we should lead the way, yeah. We gotta do the right thing. Oh, this is Felix the Cat, a very breezy, easily playable game. Blob!
Oh my god!
Oh, here we are on Adventure Island, finally.
Alright, chat says, Sugar Bear struck me as closeted gay. Same here. Let's see. Sugar Bear is horny but not explicit and in your face about it. Yeah.
I'm glad we're the place on the internet where you can discuss this.
This is the only place. Alright, I'm afraid to check this out, but there's another image being sent. Oh my god, that is buff horny Uncle Sam. I don't like some of the other art on this, but Uncle Sam.
Well, Felix, I think we're gonna let time run out. Good showing from Felix the Cat and Hudson Soft, who was really at the top of their game at the time. Not bad.
Really?
Not bad at all.
If you want a game that you can talk about horny Uncle Sam to, it's Felix the Cat.
Sorry for ruining the discussion about this game, Felix the Cat. You're public domain now, so you don't mind. Next game. Another very, very popular platformer for the NES. Some people say this is their favorite.
I love this game.
This is Tiny Toon Adventures. So we had Capcom, we had Hudson, and now we have Konami. The three titans of NES development. All at a very specific time. Developing funny animal games for kids. Here you go, Alex.
This I actually had as a child, so... This game also used to creep the shit out of me, so I'm excited.
I want to watch this intro.
It's a good intro.
This is like the 7th Konami NES game that has an intro where the characters are watching TV and then the villain pops out of the TV and says, "Hey, come find me."
It's an easy plot device.
I was in Ninja Turtles. I was in Goonies 2. It was in Monster in My Pocket. And now it's in Tiny Toons.
I love this musical cue, sorry.
I like this too.
Okay. Daffy, not Daffy. Pluffy can fly, Dizzy can spin, and the cat whose name eludes me.
Furball's unlucky.
Yes, thank you. And can't climb walls, so I like to pick Furball.
See you later. Now, I mentioned Felix the Cat reminded me of Russian games because of its appearance on pirate carts, and oh boy, there is no more Russian game than this one. This game has been hacked to pieces so many times. It starred Mario, it starred pretty much anyone else you can think of. Anything you could hack this game into, it was hacked for a pirate cart release. But before that, it was a Tiny Toons game. Now, what were Tiny Toons? They were younger, edgier takes on your Warner Brothers favorites from the early 90s.
They were totally edgy.
They were a little edgy, you know, they were all like, "Oh, the censors don't want you to watch this show, kids." Oh, I see, he clings to walls. Now, they weren't as edgy as the Animaniacs.
Oh my lord.
Those guys were living on the edge.
They were just doing entire skits based off the Goodfellas? What the hell?
There was a kind of lawlessness to Tiny Toon Adventures, you know? They would, like, riff on popular adult properties and franchises and stuff. Then there was this guy.
Is because everyone remembered that vulture character, that condor, very much. They were all like, oh, he's my favorite.
Hey, they had the dodo in this. The dodo was from, like, one Warner Brothers cartoon.
Who the fuck is like, listen, we need to make the Porky and Wacky Land character a main part of our children's TV.
Gotta bring back that dodo. Oh, I see why you picked the cat. That's a smart idea. That's thinking.
Ah, damn. Buster, but I'll okay. So you can actually buy things with the carrots. It's actually useful. And you can go up. See? Whee! Look at this, Danny.
Oh, cool.
I'm right above the level.
You're speedrunning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anyway, Animaniacs had stuff like the fingerprints joke.
Hey, it's Hampton. Everyone's favorite.
Tiny Toons never got to that point. However, they did have illegal activities on their show, including drinking beer and flushing teas down the toilet.
They also had those, basically those AMVs for like,
oh yeah, They Might Be Giants. Mm-hmm. They brought them to mainstream attention.
That's actually where I first heard of them.
I did too, yeah. I'd never heard of They Might Be Giants until they started, they appeared on Tiny Toons. What was that? They had Particle Man on there or something?
Yeah, they also had, oh my god, this guy.
Oh yeah, the Arnold Schwarzenegger dog. Famous archetype from the 90s. Was there a band episode? Or are you talking about the one where they drank beer? That may be one and the same. Oh yeah, the Kennedy Kick Dance. Thank you for linking to that. That is a thing that exists across multiple cartoons.
Oh god, we're talking about the Kennedy Kick. Damn it.
In short, that was a studio that really cheaped out on animation, and a lot of people hired them because they were cheap, including Tiny Toons. So you get stuff like the Kick Dance.
I love... You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna say it. I love the Kennedy Kick Dance. I don't care.
No one dances like that.
Who cares? No, I'm sorry, but cats don't also, like, do any of this shit, and yet... Listen.
Alright, granted. They worked on Season 1 of Iron Man. Okay, Merch says they don't think they were cheap, but they were fast. Yeah, that could be it too. When you want to crank out a whole bunch of episodes of a kid's cartoon, you want someone who can just do one after the other. Oh, you got 2 1-ups.
Don't judge me, Hampton.
You just gave that dude 60 carrots.
I sure did.
And he said, try to get more next time.
Yeah. Oh god.
Now, here's the thing about this game. One-hit deaths. You do get hearts, but they're kind of rare.
Yeah, they're hard to find.
And the gameplay, while good, has a kind of momentum to it that you have to adjust to.
You actually don't have to fight this guy.
It's kind of funny we brought up Mario 3 during Felix, because I would say this is Konami's answer to Mario 3. A lot of similar feeling stuff in this game.
Now, this is a level where you want fucking Furball, because he can just climb the wall and stay out of her way.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that. Yeah, this boss fight here, you just have to avoid Elmira until the exit appears.
Oh god!
Sorry, Alex.
I'm fine. I'm normal. I'm normal. I'm fine. I will beat a level with Elmira.
Servile, yeah, there was a Tiny Toon Adventures games for Genesis, as well as for Super Nintendo. We ranked that one before. We ranked it. It was Buster Bust Loose. I don't think we ranked the Genesis one, though. I didn't like that one as much as the Super Nintendo one. I know it has its fans, though. To me, it felt a little bit too Sparkster-ish. I'm talking Genesis Sparkster.
Life's all over the place.
Yeah, that was weird how when Elmira catches you, it's like instant game over. It sends you back to the beginning of the game.
Yeah!
That's some harsh punishment. Especially when you see that room for the first time. You're just like, what do I do? Oh, I guess it's game over. I find it kind of surprising how popular Tiny Toon Adventures was, considering just how much of its cast was completely annoying and terrible. Speaking of Elmira.
Yeah, I was hugely into Tiny Toons. I was also really into Animaniacs as well, but I was also, like, really into old cartoons in a very obnoxious, holier-than-thou, weird way that was really just...
Hey, I grew up watching Looney Tunes. They would have them on Nickelodeon and TBS and stuff. And I guess they counted on that by releasing Tiny Toon Adventures. Because even if you weren't a million years old and were familiar with the 1920 shorts, you would still see them.
Yeah, I know that Steven Spielberg is a big old animation fan, and that was one of the reasons why. Okay, good.
Elmira was the bane of Tiny Toons. Yep, many people feel similarly. And then she ruined Pinky and the Brain.
Which is hilarious, especially since they had that one episode about, like, oh, I hope nobody adds a new character into the show.
Wow, can you really just do that?
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Yeah, usually you'd have to be running back and forth, jumping over her as she approached you, but here... Alex with the pro tips.
I played this game so fucking much.
It's a good game. They banned the horny Tex Avery cartoons, but why? They're so relatable.
How? Like what? Like...
Sometimes you just see a lady with the huge woo, you know, and then you just go, oh, wow, 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 wow. You know, like that. It goes the, it's the woo woo wow dynamic, they call it. Hamina, hamina. Ha-cha-cha-cha. I'll stop.
Danny, you're a little monster and I love you.
Anyway, point is, kids saw those too. They weren't really picky about the cartoons they showed.
They showed some real bad... They showed some shit back
I remember
in the day.
seeing a lot of those Tom and Jerry cartoons where they would have the their housekeeper in a lot of them.
Oh, God. Yeah,
I remember watching those and then distinctly being weirded out that they redubbed her to be less racist eventually.
So this... I don't know who this character is, but they're on a skateboard.
Yeah, he's in the Genesis one as well. I don't know if he's a character in the cartoon. It's another one you just have to dodge.
I forget whether you have to dodge or whether you have to hit him. But I tried to hit him once and I lost a heart, so I'm not going to take the risk.
Yep, tongue flops on table. Who hasn't done that? That is Dr. Gene Splicer, apparently.
Okay, you have to hit him while he's in the middle here.
He was in an early episode of the show and then never again. Perfect. So it's like the Simpsons game equivalent of including Princess Cashmere.
Get me out of here.
I love all those really early Simpsons games and stuff that were just based on Season 1.
It's so hard to get that extra heart. I actually know where to get it in this level. It's just going to be a pain in the ass.
So Alex is having fun, but this game seems pretty quality to me. The level design is pretty much on point. It's nice and pleasant to play. It has that momentum to it that just feels good instead of being too difficult to grasp. Yeah, I only know that guy from being the boss in the Mega Drive Tiny Toons game. There you go. Now you're ready. There's also a Tiny Toons 2 for NES, which is supposedly a platformer. But I don't know how much of it is a platformer is the thing. It's sort of like a minigame compilation. It's kind of like how Adventures in the Magic Kingdom is also a platformer, but like 20% of the time.
Oh, oops.
Oh, you screwed yourself. It lets you go back at least.
Yeah.
Okay, Tiny Toons 2 is not a platformer. I thought I remember one auto-scrolling part at least, but whatever. For cases like that, where it's like 10% or 20% platforming, I wouldn't count it on our list. Sorry, Alex.
I'm a hater now.
You a Tiny Toons hater?
I don't know what I'm hating, but I'm hating it. Alright, Gene Splice, you're fucking dead.
Alex objects to the lawlessness of little Plucky flushing keys down the toilet. For as much as I watch Tiny Toons, there's only like 2 episodes I remember.
Pretty sure that's...
Because it was kind of a lot of nothing. It was a lot of filler, I admit.
It really was.
You want me to play?
Yes.
Let's see if I can beat this guy.
Please do this. Dr. Gene Splicer is going to drive me up the wall.
Okay, so you're a cat.
Mm-hmm.
And you jump on mice.
Mm-hmm.
As cats often do. Oh yeah, this does play really nice. You can jump nice and high.
Yeah, Buster jumps high is his trait for about clinging to the walls.
Those one-hit deaths, though.
And Plucky, like, can float or, you know, kind of flap his wings.
Yeah, he does. He does the Yoshi flutter.
Mm-hmm. God, I also had the How I Spent My Summer Vacation direct-to-home video thing, and I fucking love the shit out of that. Thank you to Karen the Witch for resubbing. They've been subbed 5 months in a row. Thank you.
Nice, thank you. I'm so bad at this. Tonight's theme is the Retro Pals are bad at children's games from 30 years ago. Did you know today's millennials have never watched an episode of Tiny Toon Adventures?
Damn.
They'll never know what it's like to have to watch it because there's nothing better on.
Today's millennials...
They can just load up YouTube and watch whatever they want instead of just being at the mercy of TBS.
I just can't believe that millennials, children who were born in the 80s and early 90s, were never able to watch Tiny Toons. That's wild. Damn. I'm sorry.
Our constant disagreements over what constitutes a millennial. I say a millennial is someone who's never watched Tiny Toon Adventures, but Alex, his definition is way more complex, I guess.
I think you mean generations. Danny, we're millennials.
I know. I like giving you shit over it.
Oh, I appreciate it.
It's a pointless label. That's the only reason I mention it. Stupid ghost millennials. He's a little bit slippery too, this rabbit.
There are only 5 millennials. We're only complaining about 5 people.
Yeah.
And
none of them have seen Tiny Toons.
Yeah, what the hell?
Bloop.
You gotta... Well, we're supposed to be in our 30s, but by the way Danny talks about millennials... I can understand why you would think that we were like, you know...
I cosplay as a 60-year-old crank.
You sure do!
Kids these days, having more things to watch than Tiny Toon Adventures.
Oh god, not only do you cosplay, when you go to cons, you pass out letters to the editor about, like, about how slow the mail service is or whatever. Danny, exactly, Danny is a spiritual boomer.
Mm-hmm.
Danny has a boomer sona, and... it's beautiful.
I can't help the way I was made. Watching Tiny Toons.
Oh, Electric Boogaloo, I absolutely did see Hysteria. I watched the show.
Oh yeah, Hysteria!
You can only hit that character when they're in the middle, when their head is absolutely flat in the middle in that part. So.
Gotcha.
Oh, good. He's just really hard to hit.
Yeah.
Good, though.
Got him.
Good job.
I'm out of here. Oh, I gotta get this. This is fun. Even when you're dying a lot, this game just has a buoyancy that makes it fun to play.
Thank you, PC98 Jr. They give us 50 bits and say victory.
Finally, a well-deserved victory. Thank you. So we move on to World 2. Hopping right over Tiny Toons Luniversity, where we earn our Toon degree.
Yeah, Generation Z grew up on, like, good cartoons and not just, you know, here's a toy ad.
Millennials are better at video games than me. It's because of all that training they have in Fortnite. Christ almighty.
This game is a little hard. We got 100 bits from Game Cutter who goes, nope, nope, thank you.
Dope, dope. Thank you. So this is level 2 from Mario 2, including the shifting sands. Oh, I'm dizzy now. What's his thing?
Spinning, like you were doing. That's it.
Oh, he has a power meter. Look at that. Okay. Damn. So much for dizzy. Game over? Game over?
Well, you better continue.
Okay. We'll play a little bit more. What a pleasant selection of games we played tonight. No pain, no suffering. Where's the pain? Where's the suffering? Then again, I did put a lot of good games on the list. I thought about making it nothing but stuff like Swamp Thing.
I just want to say, all these millennials, all these Gen Zers with their Adventure Times and whatnot, they don't understand the pure joy of Rubik's The Amazing Cube or the
Exactly.
Rambo cartoon. Or...
I bet they've never seen the Kennedy Kick Dance.
Oh.
Is there an episode where Steven Universe does that dance?
Okay, you laugh, but there is an episode of OKKO where they are doing the Kennedy Kick Dance. That
That's
whole thing
good.
is filled with, like, animation gags. And stuff.
I would imagine modern day animators would want to refer to
Oh,
it.
no, they do. They do. They're a bunch of fucking nerds, you know.
Hey, Alex.
Okay, Cool Coyote says, is Code Lyoko the Fortnite of early 2000s cartoons? I'm dying.
Finally, someone speaks my language. Oh, it's got water levels. This is the Mario 3 of Tiny Toons. Oh, I'm just expecting a big Bertha to pop up and kill me.
We gotta do that again.
We do. They added Mega Man support today.
Oh no.
Really curious to see how that turned out. I saw a clip with Big John, and like he was doing a speedrun strat, where like you're taking damage and you gotta hold in the direction, and someone gave some coins to reverse his controls at just the right time to screw him up and put him into a pit. I've never seen him so vexed. It was good.
Blab, I promise you that old cartoons were just as horny as new cartoons, and plenty of them were trying to get people in. Fucking totally spies, come on!
Yeah, there's no defending that.
Like...
That's the modern equivalent of the Tex Avery wolf. Not liking this game's one-hit deaths. It does give you extra hits, but I feel it should give you at least one by default.
Yeah, there were two Heathcliffs. There was Heathcliff and Marmaduke, which had an intro that went, Heathcliff and Marmaduke, something, something, what a guy. And there was the one with the Cadillac Cats, which was more like, hey, Heathcliff, no one should terrorize the neighborhood.
That's the one I saw.
Yeah.
During the golden age of animation, we had both a Heathcliff and a Garfield cartoon. What do we have now? CG Garfield. I rest my case.
Unfortunately, the Heathcliff cartoons were before the infamous Garbage Ape, but...
Oh yeah, Garbage Ape.
Garbage Ape is actually my phone background, because... You know what?
Of course it is.
Well, I had the same background for like a year and a half, and I thought it was time to change, and I went through my gallery on my phone, and the best image I had was Garbage Ape in a tank blowing up a bunch of trash cans, while the caption just said Garbage Ape, and I feel that better represents who I am as a person and where I am currently in my life, you know?
I see.
Really feeling.
Okay. You just feel a connection to the Garbage Ape. You know, we kind of blazed through these games. I wonder if we have time for one more.
We do. We really do, Danny. It's
Do
only
we?
like 9:15.
Yeah, we could easily fit in one more.
I think we should.
And I'm thinking we played enough good games tonight. We need at least something to balance things out.
Oh, God.
And considering that Garfield is in the news, I think we should play Garfield. What do y'all think?
I think it's time.
Is it time to give Garfield the ranking he deserves? Hey, I beat the level finally. This game's okay. I enjoy it. Oh, it's another freaking Elmira level. Stay away from Elmira. She'll hug and kiss you to death.
That's fucking depressing.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
You have to get her. You have to trick her into staying in one spot.
Well, that's the end of the game. Elmira caught me. The game is over. Wow, it takes you back to the beginning of the world. That is nuts.
It sucks.
That is a bad mechanic. I don't like that. Well, Tiny Toon Adventures, you're pretty fun to play. You got problems, but we do have a lot to discuss. In the meantime, let's center ourselves. Let's appreciate the good and the bad tonight. Tonight's final game is Garfield, a week of Garfield. Garfield for the Famicom.
Garfield, the Week of Garfield, Garfield. Can I just call it Garfield, the Week of Garfield, or do I need to put in the third Garfield?
You can.
Are you sure? No.
It doesn't matter.
No. Historical accuracy.
No, it's I invented the third Garfield.
There.
Okay, fine. So
accuracy.
So Garfield has been in the news recently for many reasons, but in our wheelhouse, a new prototype has been discovered. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let Alex play the retail released version, and then I'm going to put on the prototype because that one lets you be invincible, and I want to play all the way through A Week of Garfield.
Oh my god, okay. Well, I'm going to play the original.
So first of all, we have Alex's Everyman playthrough.
This game is bad. Got 100 bits from Trough who says, Garf up, boys!
Yep,
sure
Garf
will.
up.
Where are you going, Odie?
This is a Japanese exclusive, only released for the Famicom, never came stateside, yet it's all in English. This is a curious game indeed. We featured this before on stream. It's a very simple left-to-right scrolling game. If you pass over certain tiles, it reveals power-ups, including those pies, which you can select and then throw at people. You can also pick up health. Lasagna makes you invincible. You can turn into a tinier, cuter Garfield by pushing down. And then there's the spiders. You got it. And this was around the time of Garfield and Friends. This may have been like a little bit earlier. And that's the Garfield experience for anyone playing this game for the first time. You're gonna get killed at that first spider and not gonna know what the hell is going on.
One more try.
Okay.
Alright,
so in terms of attacks, you've got this kick that it doesn't work like you think it would. Like other games, when you attack, like it attacks the area in front of you, instead it just makes Garfield's hitbox an attack box for a brief second. So you kind of have to just ram into enemies a la Hide, Light, or Ease.
I'm fast now.
Yeah, occasionally you can be fast. This game has
lasagna.
Oh good, you're invincible now. One of the more notable things about this game is that it has generation-based damage, so there's no invincibility time after you take a hit. And any enemy, from the tiniest frog to a mouse, can just end your life. Garfield does hate confrontation. And he hates Mondays, and today's, this level is the Monday level.
Let's go.
If anything, the title is accurate. You're working...
Oh, I'm getting generated!
Oh yeah, you got frozen then generated. That's a classic move. This game has problems, in other words. I mentioned the attack problems.
Oh, it's over.
Yeah, you gotta start over.
Okay, last chance, and I think we're gonna...
Now, one thing I should tell you is he actually has a jump kick. It doesn't show the attack animation when you jump kick, though. If you listen, it plays a noise like he's kicking in midair. And indeed, he is kicking. You just don't see him kick. Yeah, try it with the spider. See? This is a very impressive game for 1989. Let me point out, Mario 3 came out in Japan in 1988. This is post Mario 3. And yet, this is the kind of Famicom stuff you would see in the early 80s alongside stuff like Muscle or the Kamen Rider games. But what sets it apart is that it's Garfield. It's Garfield of all people, making it even more ridiculous than it already is.
Last chance.
Okay.
Sorry.
What the?
Wow, strat!
Alex finding new strats here. Oh yeah, and the way he just keels over instantly is pretty funny.
I love the way he face plants. It's really good.
So we mentioned the bad about this game. It's pretty obvious. It controls badly. A lot of it's unclear. You can be killed almost instantly. A lot of it's very samey. I will say this game has one good thing to its credit, and that is the fact that it is a Garfield game, and the fact that it's Garfield in this ridiculously generic game instead of anyone else really sells it.
I got stomped on to death, so it's your turn.
Thank you. Because Garfield has an attitude, right? He's got this kind of appeal many years later where he can still make headlines when his phones watch up on a beach in France.
Well, that's because they finally figured out why. There's apparently a shipping container that's stuck behind these rocks and shit that's just filled
That's full of Garfield phones from the 80s, yeah. And they've been washing up on a French shore for many decades. My favorite part of that story is that apparently it was stuck in a cave that you can only get to at low tide, so it was like a hidden room in a video game or something.
Oh my god.
Good lord, this is tough.
It's a real gamer's challenge, Danny.
Mm-hmm. Only real gamers can get through this game. It is actually very difficult, this game. You see what I mean about its appeal being a Garfield game? It's just Garfield stuck in the most generic game possible, when Garfield is, you know, a snarky character. If this was actually Garfield, he'd be like, oh, want to show more imagination in your video game? I'm hungry. That's my Garfield impression.
Very good.
Now, he does have weapons. You can switch between them with select. And in fact, there's bosses in this game, so you need to have a good stockpile of weapons before you fight them. I'm gonna try and get through level 1 before I just blatantly cheat.
So Garfield would be a lazy and antagonistic Bubsy? So basically Bubsy, yes.
Yeah. He is the proto-Bubsy. Also, cannot overstate just how huge Garfield was at this point in time. He was on many rear view, what is it, like the back windshield of a car?
Yeah, those window clingers.
Yeah, those were everywhere. Yes. He had multiple compilations of his newspaper strips. He, of course, had the cartoon. Television specials. You remember he had that Christmas and Halloween special?
Mm-hmm. Well, you heard about his new app, right? That he's got now.
Oh, that's right. He does have a new app.
Mm-hmm.
And a new eating experience exclusive to Canada.
Well, it's not just exclusive to Canada. It was originally exclusive to Dubai, and it finally opened up in Toronto now.
Wow.
It's the world's first enter-gauging app, and it says, its tagline is, love me, feed me, don't leave me.
That's really depressing,
This
Garfield.
app features AR games, episodes of Garfield and Friends. This is just the app to order the food. It's literally an app meant to trap you there with Garfield things. It's really weird. It's so weird. I actually downloaded the app, even though it's you know.
Did you get a pizza?
No, they don't deliver to America in any way. But it's bizarre. I recommend a download just to check it out because it feels very. I don't know. I don't know what happened, John. A lot of the Garfield apps, like I was playing that Garfield Go for a while, which was basically Pokemon Go but with Garfield, and it didn't really work very well. And all these Garfield apps have a weird air of, I guess, desperation to them that I can't really explain. Like, someone just believes that they can do a lot with this license and they're going to make just a shit ton of money off of it because everyone loves Garfield. And
I guess Garfield would have an air of desperation to him nowadays. He's not nearly as popular as he once was, but he's still a very recognizable icon.
Mm-hmm.
Can still make the headlines, as I said. Alright, I'm gonna die here pretty shortish, so let's go to the newly discovered prototype, which has a couple of differences, but most importantly it has a cheat code that makes you completely invincible. At the title screen you push down and B, and then you start up and Garfield is unkillable. Can't kill him, even if you tried. You can just run his foot into everything.
I have not played Garfield Kart, but...
Oh yeah, that's in the news too, because it's on sale today. It's on sale for 75 cents on Steam.
Okay.
I actually did buy a copy when it was under $1. We might have to play it someday.
Okay, Uzi, you say that I swear that Paws Inc. has absolutely no quality control in the licensing towards their apps, because it's all weird. Garfield Go was so weird. Just absolute horseshit.
It's so nice to not be almost instantly killed all the time. But, yeah, for $89, not a great game, in other words. There's stuff to enjoy about this game. And in fact, some people have. There's a streamer I like here on Twitch by the name of Cats on Your Head. She is the world record holder on this game. Watching her play this is like watching an artist at their easel. It's seriously impressive, because you can die so quickly in this game. The main speedrun strat that I gained from watching her is that right at the beginning of the game, there's a power down, which actually decreases your health. But it won't kill you, so if you reduce yourself to like 1 pixel of health and get that item, it'll max out your health meter for the rest of the game.
What?
So that's very helpful. But then again, how quickly you lose your health, it may not matter, depending on how good you are. Also, at the end of every level, you have to randomly jump around until you uncover a key. This is a very Tower of Jiraga-esque touch.
Once again, what happened?
I love how useless John is in this game. He's just at the end of every level, saying, "Hey, did you find Odie?"
Exactly. U.S. Acres is the only property that Jim Davis actually really cares about anymore, I assume.
Where's the U.S. Acres intergauging experience?
Yeah, as Snoozy mentions, Garfield Go was... You didn't fight Garfields to catch them, you would see treasure chests in real life, and you would go pick them up, and then if you picked up enough, you maybe would get a item for Garfield, or a, like, $5 gift certificate to Domino's or something.
Wow, it gives you real coupons?
Yes, it gave you real, like, gift cards and stuff, but
That's neat.
It was kind of impossible to get all the parts and things. You could also get, like, you could win, like, Garfield hats. Like, actual hats for yourself, not just for Garfield. Exactly. Orson should be the face of Entergagement.
He's responsible. He's a good man.
He's a pig.
That's the item you need to get. When you're at the absolute minimum health, if you get this item, you get maximum health. It's a tip for all you speedrunners out there.
Man, I never got those. I never got any of the gift cards from Garfield Go, because by that point I was like, I am tired of any time I go out with my friends bringing out my phone and looking for Garfield. This is...
Well, that lasagna looks poisoned or something.
That looks disgusting.
Doesn't matter to Garfield. Now here's a question. Is this game better or worse than Garfield Caught in the Act on Sega Genesis? Because, let me defend this. This game's just really weird in that early Japanese developer kind of way.
Well,
Whereas Caught in the Act is more reflects Garfield's personality, right? Is that safe to say?
Yeah.
And yet, of those two games, I'm more likely to play this one. Explain. Is it just because my brain is broken?
Yes.
Okay.
That's definitely a big part of it, but I also assume it's because there's just something interesting about this game.
Yeah. It's Garfield, the most cynical cartoon cat of all time, starring in the most generic game possible. There's a real duality to it, in other words.
Well, if you can still download Garfield Go, if they haven't, like, switched to Entergagement or something, try it out.
Uh-oh. Okay, well that's something that survived till the final. Sometimes when there's too many sprites on screen, the game can either crash or just start playing random music.
Hey, that's really funny.
Yeah. Cats has crashed the game more than a few times. There's this one part in one level where there's a million enemies on screen. Oh, I guess we just don't get music anymore. Well, who needs it?
No. Only filthy millennials want music.
Should note the Japanese publisher is Toachiki, who is known for some truly terrible Sherlock Holmes games. If you've never played their first one, where it's pretty much just Sherlock Holmes kung fu kicking everyone in London, do check that out. Hunt for Odie at downtown. Bring your gun. Music's back. There's a sale. Restaurant. That's actually something they fixed for the final version.
Oh, good.
They didn't fix any of the crashing bugs, but they fixed Restaurant.
Man, I love foods.
Sale. Now what I want to know more about is the villains in this game, because eventually you fight some bosses, and I think the final boss is a cat with an eye patch who throws knives at you. Which is amazing.
I want to know so much. I want Jim Davis to put that cat in one of the comic strips if he's not a coward.
Garfield has made some powerful enemies. Oh, we're only on Thursday. We Got a whole week of Garfield to go through.
That means like 3 more days?
Yep.
Oh.
And Sundays in 2 parts.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's the Sunday strip.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Where's the freaking key?
Was Garfield really this hot of a license in Japan at the time?
Someone in our Discord actually linked to a couple of commercials showing Garfield, just stuff like toys.
Okay.
That were dubbed in Japanese. So yeah, he had a showing over there. I don't know how much of his personality shined through, judging by the quality of this game.
Wait, Mr. Entergagement is now hanging out with Garfield? Hold on.
Mr. Entergagement. Oh, where's the key here?
Hey, Abby, while I appreciate the context, that image is so cursed that I can feel myself just sinking into death. Thanks.
Where's the key?
Where is the key? Did you miss the key?
No, it's not possible to miss the key.
Okay.
There it is. It's always on the last screen. So yeah, this game has its quirks, but maybe that's why I find this game so fascinating. It is just so jank, and so low budget and low quality. You would think even Jim Davis wouldn't approve of this, but he did. It's just one of many skeletons in his closet. Oh, it's a knife cat. Check it out.
Hey, this knife cat rules and is me.
In fact, I think in the prototype these cats are supposed to throw more knives than usual.
Again, it's weird that Garfield is like doing the whole self-care thing, along with his friend Mr. Entergagement. I don't know.
Mr. Entergagement.
I don't know what his name is, but he's Mr. Entergagement.
Okay, we made it to Friday. What can I do for you? I don't know,
maybe help me knives.
Help me look for Odie, give me some knives, maybe a gun. Alright, it's Friday in the game and the real world. We're trying to make our way to the weekend. But there's so many slugs and bugs in the way.
I don't want to see any more Entergagement. Thank you, Sapenka, for the raid.
Nice, thank you. Wow, Entergage magazine. Why am I not on the cover of that?
Hey, is this real? Abby, is this real? Are you fucking with me? Is this an elaborate joke to make Alex angry?
Is there an Entergage magazine?
Obviously this is a fake. You seem young. I am young but can't go far, even near Garfield. What is the secret? I wish I could get near Garfield.
Just want to be close to that Garf.
Oh god, so Tenga, you picked the worst time to raid.
Or the best time. We're playing the best game. We're playing Prototype Garf.
Oh, I'm looking at that again. Stay browsed for Nathan's answer. Oh my god. Oh my god.
What hath Garfield wrought?
Oh, I hope this... Hold on. I don't know if this website's gonna have autoplay music, so You can't trust the internet. Oh, these are all bad.
I need to kill some of these enemies before they crash the game. Make sure to route some enemy management into your speedrun if you want to speedrun this game. Or just go full tilt and hope the game doesn't crash. That works too.
Oh, I need to get... That's just a...
Why is that guy's face all over that page?
This blows, man.
Take that, knife cat. Teach you to knife Garfield.
Can we license Garfield?
Sure. Why not?
May I help you?
Yeah, I want to license Garfield. We made it to Saturday. Garfield loves Saturdays. Actually, I guess we don't know that. We know he hates Mondays, but what does he think of the other days? There's some seriously disturbing imagery popping up on Alex's computer that people keep linking him to.
Oh, God bless y'all. I hate Garf.
No, you don't. I love Garf.
Love me, feed me, don't leave me. I hate that motto.
I don't like that tagline. That's a bad tagline. Don't leave me.
Anyways, I wanna license Garfield's likeness for what could we sell? We need to sell something.
A reprint of A Week of Garfield.
Okay.
I'll talk to Pico Interactive. They got some kind of studio space in San Antonio. I'll go visit them. Hey, you guys got any connections to Toachiki?
I want to be loved, fed, and never left alone.
Jeez.
Who can love someone like you compared to this? This is such a weird, bizarre life. Yes, Urban Outfitters. Let's go. Let's make a Garf con. Let's make a. Okay. Let's talk to some drop shippers and make like a Garf bootleg console.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we edit all the games to be about Garfield, and then like, except we only edit 2 of them, and the rest are just
Yeah.
like,
It's just regular Mario, and also horrible area. Still looking for Odie? Yeah. We're here on the weekend, looking for our dog friend. Oh, that's right. Saturday is a 2-parter too.
Oh my god. Garfield, get your shit together.
I'd say he's got his shit pretty well put together. He's a very rich cat.
Alright, Blab has linked another image, and it just says, and Blab just says, no! So I'm gonna look.
That's a good sign.
Ah!
Why is that guy have a pizza
right!
head?
I'm in hell! Good God, now.
David Lynch's pizza head.
Listen, as much as we can talk about the status of whether or not John is an incel, he is canonically with a girlfriend.
He does have a girlfriend now.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is he married now?
Yes, I think he and the vet lady got married.
Oh, congrats.
I'm very happy for them.
They managed to put aside their differences.
Who is Eye Patch Cat?
Who is Eye Patch Cat?
So, yeah, that is the same from both of them, but I gotta say, chat mentioned that the Knife Cat is actually from a Garfield special, where Garfield runs away from home and meets his old family, and he has a run-in with that cat. The cat does not have knives, though.
Oh, okay. That was invented for this game.
Mm-hmm.
Still, okay, they had some attention to Garfield canon. I want to kill this bird. This bird is going to mess up my run. My perfectly legit cheated run.
You're doing good.
Thank you.
Snubbles says, and I actually agree with this, John is going to get divorced and be the most divorced man who ever lived. A divorced John is just...
That's like John to the 10th power.
No!
If he was divorced, he would have incredible power.
I refuse. Hey, Danny. Look at this great image.
Oh, it's multiple pizza heads. Keep looking. This is it. We've entered Sunday.
Feeling hungry? Do you see everyone with a Garfield-shaped pizza head? These ads are so terrible. It's amazing.
Oh, it doesn't give you the music when you speed up anymore. Or wait, was that just for lasagna? Never mind.
Well, here's the motto of Pause Incorporated.
We take care of the cat will take care of us. Do not damage the brand. Garfield will take care of you. Okay, there's too many enemies. I gotta deal with these people. These birds, I mean.
Yeah, this does sound like a Beatles song.
Okay, it's not just me?
Yeah.
The first part sounds exactly like Get Back. Like, Jojo did a something, then he did another thing, but his name was still Jojo. That's how that song goes.
Yeah!
See?
I hear it.
Mm-hmm. Get back, Garfield.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of pictures of this guy, this founder with his shirt off, and... Shout out to this entrepreneur. I hope he has his best life now. I know, they don't sell lasagna at the Entergaging Garfield Eats restaurant, and it's
that is a missed opportunity. Alright, Garf, where's the key? Where'd you hide the key? Did Plucky flush it down the toilet again?
Oh, thank God, there's a picture of him with his shirt on.
Well, let's challenge. This is it, the last level.
Hey, Danny.
I don't like that. That head's too big.
That's you.
No. Hey!
Sorry. That's my fursuit.
I'm gonna cancel the weekend.
Oh, you can't do that.
In our Discord, people said if we play this game, we skip directly to Monday. But think about it, you experienced an entire week of Garfield in the space of like 10 minutes. Imagine, an entire week.
It's fucking music.
So anyone out there know anything at all about Mars Corp, the people who made this game? This is the only game I can find to their credit. If there's more, let me know. Because I'd be very curious to see more games from this developer. We're about ready to fight the final boss here. Just gotta get my green lasagna. Go, Garf, go! There's Odie! He's right there! We gotta save him. Oh, there's the final boss.
He's so many knives!
There he is. Throws knives all over the screen.
How do you beat this game normally?
You kinda don't. I have beaten this game before, legit, because I was writing an article about it for Hardcore Gamer magazine.
Alright, let's see. There's some info here about Mars Corp. Apparently they worked on Linda 3.
Really?
Linda 3 again. Linda 3, Kanzenban.
Septentrion? That's SOS, that game where you're on the boat.
And Aber Nobo Princess.
Okay. Well, we saved Odie. We defeated the evil one-eyed knife-throwing cat.
Look at Odie's eyes.
Look how happy we are.
Look at Odie's pupils.
We're done, that's it. We experienced a whole week of Garfield. Congratulations, boys. It was easy. And
Thanks,
that's the
Lucy.
ending.
Aw, so happy.
Thanks, Toachiki Corp. You sure managed to make a 1984 Famicom game in 1989. And good job, Mars Corp, for going on to a successful business making Linda Cube games.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Linda Cube.
Beautiful.
Thanks for the you did it. I cheated, though. Special thanks to M.E. Toy, H. Godzilla, and everyone else who worked on this great game.
Thanks, Godzilla. You did a good job.
Okay, I think tonight's stream lineup is now balanced. We played 3 good games, and then we played a week of Garfield. I feel centered with the world once again.
You know,
See you
same
again.
Here.
I'm ready to judge some platformers.
So
what do you
am I.
think?
Yeah.
Alright, this is the portion of the program where we rank every single game we just played on our big master list of 2D platformers. Our question we're going to ask you is, are these games better or worse than Bubsy? Let us know what you think with an RP Angel Bubsy or an RP Devil Bubsy. I'm going to put on some appropriate background music for judging. I think Gremlins 2 was suggested in our Discord.
Oh, that's good.
We almost played Gremlins 2. We would have ranked that on our 3D list, because this is an overhead platformer.
Wait, for reals?
Mm-hmm. That's a good one, too. Let's get to the music. There we go. Oh yeah, I'm in the judging
Oh
mood
yeah,
now.
I'm ready to
It is
judge
time to
some
judge.
fucking games.
So folks, we played a nice handful of games, and also Garfield. But tonight's first game was a little game called Darkwing Duck. Alex, why don't you scroll to the bottom of the list? Let me show you where Darkwing Duck's first appearance on the list was. It was right there, right beneath Family Dog. Now folks, can you tell me, is Darkwing Duck, the Capcom game for NES, is that better or worse than Bubsy? Oh, I see a couple of devils. But a lot of angels.
Angels.
It's a game with problems, but I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that a Capcom Disney platformer is better than Bubsy. Yeah, even for Darkwing Duck, a game as uneven and perhaps too difficult as it was some quality stuff. It had some unique traversal elements, like you could get certain weapons that would help you climb walls, and Darkwing could cling off of things, he could deflect stuff with his cape. He felt like a sufficient superhero for this kind of game. So yeah, I'd agree. It is better than Bubsy.
It is.
But how much better than Bubsy?
Let's see.
Where are we ranking this thing?
Well, Blab says around Quackshot.
Okay, let's start there.
Okay.
It is another Disney game, so... Where do we have Quackshot?
Pull up Quackshot here. Okay. Wow.
Number 64. Wow, Quackshot made a pretty good showing. Well, it did have a lot of things that were similar to Quackshot, being multi-use weapons that allow you to traverse as well as defeat enemies. I don't know, Quackshot had kind of an open-ended approach. You would go in and out of levels and try to progress depending on which items you got. And overall, it felt like it had better pacing to it. You could finish a few levels before hitting that wall of difficulty. Whereas Darkwing was just like right away, right in your face.
Alright, chats, it was. That's actually the thing I don't like about Darkwing Duck, is it seems like it's going to be an easy game, or at least like a playable like game if you're an idiot like me. And it's not. It absolutely is not.
Yeah. You can't just go through it like your typical Mascot platformer. You gotta take your time. It's really more of a Mega Man game.
Okay, let's see. Snoozy Soft says Monster Party is better. I've seen a few folks say below Monster Party, so...
Okay.
Let's see, someone else says above Artie Lightfoot, below Aladdin. I think that might be a little too high, but...
Still around the same area, in the same 10 games or so. Let's go to Monster Party, since people brought that up. I would personally say it's a little bit more refined than Monster Party. It's maybe not as memorable in terms of tone or the different characters you meet, but in terms of gameplay, I would say it's much more refined and has more variety to it.
Okay.
What do you say between Hermie Hopperhead and Monster Party?
I like that. Chat, you have any major objections? Yeah,
let us know your thoughts.
Is this entergaging enough? Let's see. Man, most folks want it below Monster Party, but I really think between Monster Party and Hermie Hopperhead.
Monster Party did have a lot of charisma to it. It had all those references to old movies, or at least the prototype did.
Okay, let's do it like that.
Yeah, rank it.
Okay.
It's not going to rank as high as the theoretical DuckTales once we finally get around to ranking that, but not a bad showing for a duck-based platformer, especially compared to the TurboGrafx 16 Darkwing Duck.
Yeah, what the hell? It's so much better than the other ones.
That's why you give your games to Capcom.
Please. Please give all your games to Capcom.
Please, for the love of God. Alright, second up in line. The second game we played was pretty surprising to me. That was Felix the Cat by Hudson for the NES. Is Felix the Cat better or worse than Bubsy? We're putting cat against cat for this one. Now, I'm going to give a question to Alex here. Just in terms of not video games, which is the better cat, Bubsy or Felix?
Felix is a classic.
Yeah, you can't argue with the classics.
Felix, yeah.
Felix has been around since the beginning of animation.
And you gotta remember, you know that one classic animated GIF of Felix doing the walk back and forth? Felix is an important part of animation history, TV history, and even internet history. I think he is more historically important than Bubsy. Sorry, Bubsy, you can unfollow me now.
Okay, so he wins in terms of being an appealing character, and judging by the many Angel Bubsies in chat, he is definitely the better game. Yeah, I was surprised. Yeah, if Darkwing Duck felt a little bit too rigid and difficult, Felix the Cat, I feel, struck the right balance of difficulty. We were just breezing right through that game, and it didn't feel too easy either. We lost a few lives, and yet it still felt like we had a decent progression to it. It never felt like I was getting frustrated, or I had to tell Launchpad to take us to a different level. It was just fun. Good, clean fun. But where do we rank it? To me, this feels like a top 50 game.
Honestly,
it felt really good to play.
I really like this game. I'm actually going top 50 as well.
I'm gonna say it's better than Splatterhouse, Better than...
I don't know if it's better than Kirby's Dream Land 3.
Maybe not. Okay, I think this is a good area, somewhere in the 40s. So folks, if this was your list, where would you put it?
Where'd you put that old Felix?
I'm gonna say it's not as good as Kid Dracula, Alicia Dragoon, maybe not Cool Spot or Bonk's Adventure, but that's more questionable.
See, chat says below. I don't know if it's better than Alicia Dragoon too. So, below Ristar, that's not a bad idea. Below Kirby Dream Land 3. Two folks saying below Kid Dracula, but I think it might need to be a little lower than that.
Yeah, I think Alicia Dragoon beat it out. And you could make an argument in favor of Cool Spot as well.
And Bonk's Adventure, personally.
I don't know, all these games are pretty strong.
Mm-hmm. What about below Aladdin? Oh, there's two Kid Draculas, that's the thing.
Oh, yeah, I was getting confused.
Yeah,
okay.
There's also this Kid Dracula.
I was looking at the Kid Dracula in 40th place.
Yeah. We could put it below SNES Aladdin.
That sounds okay to me.
Okay.
What do y'all think?
Let's see.
Yeah, it's maybe not as good as Game Boy Kid Dracula.
It's close to top 50.
It's real close.
Yeah. Or maybe between Kid Dracula and Aladdin. What do you think?
Do that.
Alright, let's see. So, below Aladdin, but above Hudson Select, or between Aladdin and Kid Dracula?
I'm gonna say it's better than Aladdin.
Okay.
I enjoyed it more than Aladdin.
Alright, you know what? You know what, Danny?
That's me.
You're valid, baby.
Everyone, address your complaints to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because these are the things I feel, and I can't help the way I feel.
DB_Cowan on Twitter. Yell at him.
Mm-hmm. Send me all your ats.
Mm-hmm.
Send me all your angry Felix gifs. Send me that one of him pacing back and forth and... I don't know.
You know, also, Ides of Merch makes a good point. Without Felix, we probably wouldn't have the majority of animated mascot characters we do, because he was one of the original animal mascots, if you think about it.
That is true. He was very formative.
Mm-hmm. We
It's
wouldn't
thanks
have
to
Sonic
him.
without him, really.
Oh, that's true. A world without Sonic, can you imagine?
That sucks. That's terrible. What would we do without that blue boy?
I don't know.
I myself would be blue, and that is what the voice of trans says. Take that to the bank. Trans bank. Alright.
The third game tonight that we played was Tiny Toon Adventures from Konami. Folks, is Tiny Toon Adventures for NES, is that better than Bubsy? I'm pretty sure I know the answer. Our first trio of games we played tonight are just pretty good. If you play any of those, you're going to have a good time.
Angels, 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 angels. Better than Felix. Angels. Scroll up. It's good, but only if it has Mario hacked in.
Yeah, we're counting this game and also its many ROM hacks. So if you played this game with Mario or, I don't know, the Wolf from New Spaghetti or something, it's still the same game.
Okay, not as good as Felix, but definitely near the top. You know what? I'm going towards the top, too.
Do it. Let's say top 50.
You know what? Yeah, let's put it towards...
Well, let's start at Felix, since we just added that. I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted here. Tiny Toon Adventures felt like it had more polish just in terms of your momentum and how the gameplay felt. I'm talking in terms of game feel here, if you want to know if you should ignore me or not. Yeah, you should ignore me.
Yeah.
But to me, Tiny Toon Adventures at least felt better to control than Felix the Cat. Now, in terms of level design, I felt Felix the Cat was a little bit more conducive to just having a real smooth progression, whereas Tiny Toon Adventures didn't really care if you died a lot, and you do die a lot in that game.
Okay, chat says it's better than Kirby's Dream Land 3, above Plock, better than Sonic 1, above Panic Restaurant, and below Bonk, above Kickmaster, below Super Adventure Island.
Wow, high praise. Okay, it sounds like it's better than Felix the Cat, officially.
Yes.
Let's put this between Plock and Felix the Cat. So whereabouts would this be?
So here's Plock.
Yeah. Getting up in the top 40. Good job, Buster Bunny. I personally think it's better than that Flintstones game. Maybe better than Little Nemo?
Do you think it's better than Plock, though?
Ooh, I don't know.
That's a question.
What does our resident Plock expert think?
Well, Lab thinks this game is like top 20, so...
Ooh. That is a big boost for the Tiny Toons. Sorry, Plock. Plock go down the hole. As Plucky Duck would say.
Yeah, well,
I sure wish I could remember more than one episode of that show.
More than just Plucky Duck flushing shit down the toilet.
As far as I know, that was a show about Plucky Duck flushing things down the toilet every episode.
It was just to be fair, all of my friends quoted that fucking thing all the time whenever they would flush a toilet. That was very common, so... Plock did not go down the hole.
Yeah, looking at it, Little Nemo is a little low compared to the other stuff around it. I really liked Little Nemo. Between Shantae and Plock?
Plock is not down. You know what? Between Shantae and Plock.
Yeah, let's put a little space between them.
Yeah, definitely.
They've been making eyes at each other. It's uncomfortable. Tiny Toon Adventures for NES, Konami and Konami, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Now, if it was me, I personally like Felix more than what I played of Tiny Toons. However, I didn't play all the way through Tiny Toons, and it is a very quality game. So I trust you, chat.
Blab is objecting to Plock going down the hole. Plock's been diddled again. Plock.
Alright, we've had enough adding games to the top 50, because tonight's last and perhaps best game is Garfield, a week of Garfield for NES. Now, I made my arguments in favor of this game. I think it's kind of neat that they put such a cynical character in such a generic game. There's just... it's so inappropriate and yet also appropriate. But as for the game itself, I can't argue in favor of that. Is it better or worse than Bubsy?
Devils, and lots of devils, and smug fields.
I'm seeing
so
some
many
Garfields.
smugs.
Garfield is Garfield.
Devil, Bubsy for bringing up the intergagement talk. Yeah, it's fair. Fair.
Are we sending Garfield down the hole?
Garfield is going down the hole.
I think if we send one game down the hole tonight, it's Garfield.
I see Murphy. We're saying kill me now. He's.
Well, Garfield, I tried to make an argument in your favor, but yeah, that game is pretty dire, especially for when it was released. 89! That was way after all the best platformers came out for NES. Post Mario 2, Post Mario 3. Garfield, what were you thinking?
Garfield.
You gotta yell at your agent for this one.
He really does. Well, he's doing intergagement where he's talking about self-care, so...
Whatever, Garfield. You lost me a long time ago.
Alright, so, let's see. Blab says below Family Dog. That's pretty low.
Oof.
I'm hearing below the noise.
Scroll down a little bit. I saw Chester Cheetah Too Cool to Fool. I think that is a nice comparison point. They're both cats. They're both franchises in their own rights.
Let me find Chester here. Chester.
And Chester Cheetah is kind of a masterpiece of Kusoge. There he is. Right down there with Marsupilami and Donald Land.
I don't think it's as good as Mr. Nuts.
It's maybe worse than Mr. Nuts.
Is it worse than Death Valley Rally?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it worse than Blues Brothers on the SNES?
Okay, now we're talking.
I think we should go to Porky Pig's Haunted Holiday.
Yeah, okay. Keep going. Yeah, keep scrolling.
Okay.
Is this going to be sub 200?
Do you think it's better than Porky Pig?
I don't think so. I think it's lower than Porky Pig.
Yeah, everyone's like...
We should keep going.
Lower.
Maybe this is like bottom 20. I don't think it's bottom 10. We have a lot of really annoying games in the bottom 10.
Okay, compare it to Awesome Possum. What do you think?
That's tough. That's real tough.
Worse.
Let's talk about Captain Novaland. That was another very straightforward left-to-right game where it felt like you didn't have much in the way of attacks. I'd feel that's a good point of comparison. Now, is a game about diabetes better or worse than Garfield?
Well, chat's saying below Awesome Possum. People want it lower and lower. We're not ranking the prototype, by the way. We're ranking the original game. We've played enough of the original game, too.
Multiple people saying Novaland is better. Captain Novaland, you win today. Perhaps no other day ever. Is he worse than Baby Joe in Going Home?
Oh, God.
Are we going to go here? Is this where we're going?
Folks, is he worse than the game with the pants-shitting mechanic?
I don't think it's worse than Captain Planet, or Fantasia, or Cool World. Baby Joe is kind of on the same level.
I'm seeing above Captain Planet, and it's better than Baby Joe. Between Captain Planet and Fantasia, lower than Baby Joe, and Baby Joe has more nihilism. And that's true. Baby Joe has more nihilism compared to Garfield, which is interesting, because Garfield's very nihilistic.
True.
Below Baby Joe, above Cool World.
That I could deal with. Captain Planet, I hated. I am not going to rank this game below Captain Planet. Mm-mm. Captain Planet was just way unpleasant and cynical in its own way, whereas Garfield just felt really out of place, and it was kind of funny because of that.
Yeah.
Okay, this does look like it's going to be a bottom 10 game.
So, above Cool World or below Cool World? That seems to be the question.
Above Cool World.
Alright, between Baby Joe and Cool World lies Garfield, A Week of Garfield.
Here lies Garfield. Rest in peace, for we have buried you tonight. Congrats to Garfield, A Week of Garfield, for being the 220th best platformer of all time. Congrats, Garfield.
Congrats.
You're only going to get lower and lower as the weeks go on. Yeah, I find the game pretty entertaining, but in terms of it being a game, it's probably not anything you want to play.
No.
It's fun. I'm glad it exists, though. I think we're richer for that game existing, and I think we're richer for having games that are a lot better than Week of Garfield. A whole week of Garfield. It sure feels like we lived through a week of Garfield. Started this week with learning about all those phones washing up on the beaches in France, and we end it by concluding a week of Garfield.
We have concluded our week of fucking Garfield. And what an entergaging week it has been.
I've been entergaged. I've been entertained. I've been infotained. I've just been tained all over the place tonight.
Just 20 times the tane.
Thank you, Nightbot, for your, Are you not entergaged? I am entergaged, and I hope you all were entergaged by this virtual tour through Garfield's Canadian Pizza Parlor. I hope to go there one day. We gotta take a trip up to Canada just to be entergaged.
Yeah, it's easier to get there than Dubai, and also be cold.
Yeah.
I like the cold.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go to the cold and then warm up with a nice Garfield pizza pie.
And he's like, "Don't leave me." I'm like, Garfield, this is...
Garfield, please.
Garfield, please learn some boundaries. He's like, "Don't leave me!"
Garfield, my passport only lets me be here for like 3 days. Come on.
Now!
I'm sorry, Garfield.
Don't leave me ever.
I'm sorry, Garfield, and I'm sorry to the people who like Garfield, A Week of Garfield, but we have to be scientific in our list. It is a bottom 10 game. Congrats, / sorry, Garfield, but that's the way it is. And that's it. We finished another week of Garfield and another week of Mascot platformers. We had a bunch of good ones, and then we had a big ol' stinker. And what a stinker it was. It wasn't... I gotta say, in Garfield's case, if you're gonna bomb, you gotta bomb hard. And that game sure did. So it's pretty remarkable in that regard. Also played some Tiny Toons, some Felix the Cat, and Darkwing. Nice good batch of games.
Good stuff.
Good stuff to send the week off. And that's it. We finished the week. There's no more Friday. There is only the weekend. Congratulations, everyone. We made it. We're here with Garfield. What do you think, Garfield? What do you think of the weekend?
I think it's entergaging.
Spoken like a true sellout. Thanks, Garfield.
He sold the... Oh, God, I see Garfield with a knife. No, Garfield, put that away.
I am entergaged.
We're very entergaged. We like to gauge with the enters more than anything in our fucking lives. Garfield is not the voice of trans, but I am, and I say that it's the weekend. As the voice of trans, I will let you know that it is the weekend, and you may enjoy yourself, says I, the voice of trans, sponsored by Alexa, Amazon Pay Me.
Yeah.
Pay me.
The voice of trans is spoken. It's the weekend. Mm-hmm. Enjoy your weekend. We'll be back next week with a Sega CD Monday on Monday. Patrons, you got a vote to do. Go to patreon.com/retropals. If you pitch in $5 a month or more, you get access to our weekly polls, including the latest one, which is, since it's the end of Versus Month, we're back to our 4 choices. And this week's choices are an arcade catalog exploration featuring Toa Plan,
Ooh.
CDI FMV games, PC Engine CD-ROMs, or, by popular request, BS Zelda Week 2.
Ooh, good choices.
Depending on what wins, we'll play that next Wednesday. Make your votes known. Be part of democracy.
Vote.
I could. Right now, it's a dead heat between BS Zelda and also Toaplan. Toaplan's
Toaplan.
got quite a few votes too. Those will be quite interesting streams, so I'm really interested in seeing what wins there. Alex, I'm all out of words. Give us an outro, and I'm going to look for someone to host.
All right, the voice of trans will talk you out of this show. So thank you all very, very much for watching. You appreciate it. We do this every Friday. You can follow us here, and as soon as we go live, you can also follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/retropalshq, and that's where we post our Mascot Friday polls when we go live and when we have new videos on YouTube. Thank you to Damoyu for the 250 bits, and we're glad you like the stream.
Nice, thank you.
We are also on YouTube at YouTube. I just saw King of All Transmo, so I just need a second. Okay. We are on YouTube at youtube.com/retropals. There we post highlights of our streams, the occasional original scripted video, and sometimes really, really weird stuff. In fact, I suggest if you like our more unusual content that you do, and you're not following our YouTube, to follow us, because we have some very interesting stuff coming up on Monday. In fact, we will be streaming on Monday as well at our usual 2 p.m. slot. So do check us out then.
Yeah, I hear this Monday is a real day for fools, and we may have some stuff in store for that.
So it's a clown day.
Yeah, it's a day for clowns. Congrats, clowns. This is a day for you.
Is it like, it's International Clown Appreciation Day?
Appreciate your clowns, appreciate other clowns, even ones that aren't part of your family, and enjoy your weekend most of all. I'm going to leave y'all off with Whoop Von Whoop, who is playing one of my favorite games, Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
Oh, good.
You can't go wrong with that game. It looks like she's working on, judging by her score, it looks like it's the end of the first loop. Making pretty good progress, too, so here's hoping for a 1 credit clear. Go wish your luck, and enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you later. Thanks for watching.
See ya, folks.